This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everybody. Success, a key word here today, because we always want to have success in our connection with our dogs. And they're a member of our family. We love them. We want the best for them. But we really don't know how to motivate them properly. We think we do, but we really don't. So let's get a professional in here with some of that insight and somebody that can really, really help us better bond with our dogs. He's the owner and operator of Dare2Bond dog training. Going to learn a lot today. And in this podcast series, Jeff McJunkin is on the program with us. How are you doing today?
Oh, very good today, Steve. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Loving that you're here. And I'm thinking that many times us as our dog's human, never want to say dog owner, we think we know what we're doing because we're connecting with our animals, but we're treating them like humans. And we think that's okay, but that's where it goes wrong. Would you say that that's somewhat correct?
Yes, it is. Treating them like humans is where a lot of the problems come in. We put human qualities on them, which they don't have. Called anthropomorphizing. Yeah. So like a good example of that is when your dog looks like you're guilty when you catch them chewing up the toilet paper or something.
Yep.
They've just learned through evolution that, if I make this face, then calms down an angry human. So they lower their head, they look up at you and look sad, look guilty. They do this. Yeah, that's all that is.
What are the most common things that we're doing that is incorrect? How about this? What's the most common things you hear from people where you have to help them out?
Hands down, the most common is pulling on leash, and then jumping on guests when they come in the home. And after that would be puppy biting. Definitely puppy biting. Those little needle teeth, And,
I'm dealing with that right now, Jeff.
Oh, really?
My dog is 23 pounds. He's a Pomeranian Scottish Terrier. He's about 8 years old. No major issues, but with the leash thing, I'll take him for a walk and I try to lead, but there will be times where he's like, well, I want to go in this direction. I'm picking up something. I got to go here. And he's like, and then he kind of like bows down a little bit, like trying to say like, I want to go this way. Come on, let me go this way. And it may not be the right way. It may be time to go back now. We spent too much time. I kind of just gently, pull like, no, we're going this way. I don't know what I'm doing. What should I be doing?
Well, what equipment are you using? Is it just a leash and a standard flat collar?
Yes.
Okay. I would recommend a front clip harness for one. So that's a harness that clips on the chest. It'll have one back here on the back in between the shoulder blades, but also one up front.
Okay.
What that does when the dog tries to pull, if you stop like you're told to in all the videos online, stop dead in your tracks. When they continue trying to pull that way, it spins them around towards you. So suddenly they're facing the wrong direction. And the reaction on their faces is awesome the first few times. It's so funny. They're so confused. Like, what just happened? Another piece of equipment that could work. Every dog is different. So some dogs, they respond well to the harness. Others may need what's called a martingale collar, which is thick and it kind of squeezes on the neck. It's not a choke collar. It's not one of those, but it's a little discomfort for the dog when they try to pull, and it makes them take that tension off, that pressure off the lead. But you do want to stop when they do that and go the other direction. So when I have a dog that I'm training that is trying to go this way when I want to go that way, I turn and go the opposite direction that they are trying to go. And what I'm doing is teaching them that when you're not doing what I want you to do, we're doing the exact opposite of what you want to do. And so they learn they have to follow me in order to get where they want to go. Because after I get them going the opposite direction, then we'll turn around and come back and head toward what they wanted. So I teach them they got to do what I want to do to get what they want to do.
Wow. What's the name of the initial harness that you spoke of? What's that called?
It's a front clip harness.
I'm actually writing this down.
Yeah, you can find them at Petco, PetSmart, Amazon. Um, they're all over the place, and I highly recommend Blue Nine harnesses.
What's the name again?
Blue Nine.
Gotcha. In my situation, it's not a major issue, but he'll want to go that way. And when I look at him, I said, "We're going this way," and I give him just a gentle, some slack on it. I pull the slack back. Just we're going this way. He gets it, but then I'm conflicted because I often heard that you should give them some free rein so they feel like they're making some decisions. Is that even true?
Well, that kind of depends on the type of walk you're doing. Now, this is all stuff I go through in lessons with customers a lot. So you have two types of walk. Your walk with purpose. So like I'm going from here to the door of that store. And so I'm straight line, that's where I'm going. And then the other is kind of meandering. I call it window shopping. And that's where the dog gets to sniff around and check things out. You're not really interested in getting somewhere real quickly. You're just kind of walking around looking at things, and the dog sniffs around and stuff too. So it kind of depends on which type of walk you're doing. Yeah.
Mine is just a basic, we're going to the bathroom walk. Nothing more than that. It's time to, I take him out. I don't let him run free. I don't have, sold a house a couple of years ago, so I'm not in that, looking for another one, not the right time. So I don't have like a backyard like I did, all fenced. So we go for a walk, but after a while, it's time to go in. It's, 2 degrees outside. You can't have party time out there.
Yes. And saying potty time, that's something else I recommend that clients do is when their dog goes to the bathroom, call it, name it something, whether it's, boom, boom or potty time or stuff. I've heard much more vulgar too. People say crazy things.
Sure.
But you name it every time. And then when you need them to go to the bathroom on road trips or just going outside in the cold or the rain, when you say that, they know, oh, I'm supposed to go evacuate everything.
Yep.
And it makes it a lot easier. It takes about a month for them to catch it, but it's easier if you do it from a puppy on. But you name it. So mine, I tell them potty time. I tell them, all right, it's time to go potty.
Yeah, and that's exactly, that's what I say.
But when you're taking them and it's time to go back in, you were saying they don't want to come back in. That's when having the correct collar on them and everything will help too. Like a carpenter, equipment is everything.
Sure.
Your tools are everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see it. And you want the best experience. Nobody wants to, pull the leash a little bit and have any, restriction on the, on their throat or anything like that. What about acknowledging going to the bathroom? Would it be okay, in the beginning? And mine he knows the word potty. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I'll even say potty for a treat. I'll wait for him to go potty and I'll throw him a treat and we go the next time. And then, is that okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Praise. Make it positive. That's what positive reinforcement training is all about, is our tone of voice and our body language. So when mine go out, my positive marker for them is yes. I throw my hands up, yes. So they read body language because obviously dogs don't speak English. So body language, yes. That's the positive marker that I try to teach clients. And so they're getting the uplifting, yes, the excitement, and then the clear body language that they can easily recognize. Yeah.
Wow.
And that lets them know they did the right thing, and they'll get excited about going to the bathroom or whatever it is you're giving them praise for. You're using the positive marker.
If your dog is motivated by treats, is it okay to give him treats to get him to do stuff?
Yes, to an extent. You don't want to create a treat dependent dog. So what I recommend to everyone is start off when you're installing the new behavior, like sit, then treat, just constant. And now this all happens within an hour of training. So you get them where they're doing a good sit. Every time you say it, you give them a treat. Then you're going to back off to 50% of the time. Then about 30% of the time. And then you're going to be random. So basically, you turn you into a slot machine. You don't pay out every time, but you pay out enough to keep him interested.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, I feel like it. Like I walk outside and I feel like I'll wear a hoodie because it's cold out, and in the pocket I have like a bunch of treats, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just walking around like dispensing like winner. Here's another one. Um, should that also be blended into petting praise? So let's say they went potty like you wanted them to. Instead of tossing that treat out, is the reward just as good as, pet him on the head? Good boy, good boy. Okay, good potty.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can buy all of it. Some dogs are more motivated by treats. Some are motivated by toys. Some are motivated by praise, positive talking to them in contact. Some are motivated, like my German Shepherd here. He's motivated by all three. He'll work for anything. Wow. Attention, playing tug, fetch. Ball is life. He's a German Shepherd, so ball is life. And treats. Yeah. So I'll use treats to install it, and then to reinforce, I'll use, the praise and the toys and stuff, and incorporate the training into play. And there's a lot of stuff to it.
What's your German Shepherd's name?
This one is Dexter.
Okay. And how many do you have?
I've got two. He's 3 years old. I've got a 10-month-old long-haired named Shiloh. And then my mascot, my little rat terrier, is 2 years old. And he's a lot of fun. He's the side-eyed picture in all my advertising.
I got to take a look. Is that on your website?
It should be, yes.
Jeff, what got you here? What's your journey? Yeah, did you have an affinity for dogs when you were much younger? And this is a unique field.
Well, I've always loved animals, like a lot of people do, and dogs especially. We have a unique connection with dogs. Fun fact: humans and dogs are both Peter Pan species. So we're some of the only species on the planet who, no matter our age, that urge to play is always there. Whether we're capable of playing or not isn't the thing. It's that we want to. So like dogs won't conserve their energy like most animals will as they get older. They'll get more relaxed and stay back and just eat and conserve. Dogs will continue playing until the day they die, as long as they're physically able. And we're the same way. So that's one reason we're so connected to dogs. But when I got Dexter, I had the vets had told me to not socialize, not have him out in public and around other dogs and things until he had his second round of shots. But what they didn't tell me was that German Shepherds, their socialization window is from 8 to 12 weeks. Most dogs, it goes through 14 weeks, but German Shepherds are different, so it goes to 12 weeks. So his whole socialization window was missed. And what this does, it creates a reactive dog, which he's going to be in remedial socialization probably the rest of his life because of it. So wow. He's highly reactive. I did take him to a trainer, and that experience is what made me want to be a trainer. We went through the whole obedience training, and but they didn't correct the energy and his reactivity. They just wanted to keep selling me packages, just one package after another. And I spent thousands on training and enjoyed it. I mean, I had a lot of fun, but it didn't solve the problem. It was like they just kept reeling you back in. Mm-hmm. And so I decided this isn't right. So I went to Catch Dog Trainers Academy, became a dog trainer certified, wow. And opened up business. And here I am. I just want to help dogs. I train rescue and shelter dogs for free. Actually, still, I don't charge for those because I don't want them to go back into the system. I really do just want to help dogs.
Beautiful.
Like they say, if you do what you love, the money will come. So
do what you love, and it's true. Would you say this is your purpose in life, training dogs?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. That's when I'm happy. I have Asperger's, so dealing with people is challenging for me, but dogs, man, that's my comfort zone.
It's interesting how things happen because of a challenge, and you experience it where you just wanted your dog to be in a good place, be obedient, be socialized, and all of that. And that's where you realize that this is not working with the way other people are doing it. I got to do it myself and do it the right way. Beautiful.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to, and by the way, I just want to say that one of my biggest regrets with my dog is not doing dog training. I went for one of the big stores that do pet supplies and all of that. They had a little seminar of dog training. It was like maybe 2 lessons with other dogs around. I got to tell you, the things my dog learned in those little tiny two lessons, he still remembers, and they're very simple. It's up and down, like, go up, sit and then down, and cowers down. He still remembers it from when he was a puppy. Imagine if I worked with somebody like you for a few sessions, 4, whatever it might be, 7, whatever, the difference we would be, where we would be. That being said, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
If you know what motivates the dog, you can teach the dog. You can teach him whatever you need to teach him if he's physically capable of doing it. I wouldn't try and teach a 12-year-old, Pomeranian agility.
Right.
Be capable of doing it. But they should be able to learn to hand target, focus, refocus. That's a big one, and controlling their energy. That's definitely a big one. I get calls about. People get dogs that are like Australian Shepherds, German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois. Then they're like, this is more dog than I can handle. And because they're just so high energy, and there's always, I can't get control.
If you are training the dog, will the dog do it for me, whatever the task is? Or is this always done in conjunction with the dog's human?
Well, how that works is called a transfer session. So in an hour to an hour and a half training session, I will install the new behavior or behaviors in the dog. And then toward the end, the last 15 to 20 minutes, I'm transferring that to you. So the dog learns the new cue, like I teach them to sit or down or whatever we're teaching them, or hand target.
Sure.
And once they have it with me and it's solid, then I start having you do it. So I'll do it once, have you do it right behind me, and then have you do it, and then I'll do it back and forth until it transfers over to you doing it every time. And that's called a transfer session. And yeah.
You just
it's
brought back,
used to doing it for you.
You just brought back a memory. This.
Yes, a lot of trainers. The old method was doing it this way. You teach your dog to sit like this, and they would hold the treat and lead the head back. Where the head goes, the hind end follows. But we point a lot as humans, and dogs they read more body language than anything. And so doing this is pointing. So they learn to ignore that. It becomes background noise. Like if you're constantly saying no, they learn to ignore no. But doing this is very clear.
Yep.
And we don't do that a lot when we talk. We just don't. So that's something that Katz taught me, was to use body language that is not common in our speech and our mannerisms.
So there's no confusion.
Exactly. Exactly.
So and by the way, my dog doesn't remember this anymore, but he remembers sit and down because it's usually following, a treat is usually followed by that command. I got some work to do. So I want to present something to you that I'm having a challenge with, and just to how the process works and get your feedback. So I have him every other week. My ex has him on the other weeks, and don't know what's going on over there. I think he's let out. I'm not hearing he's doing the same thing there as he is by me. He'll pee on the floor, and that could be, it could be 2 hours. It could be 5 hours. It could be, it's hard to even, it's not like all day went by and he was trying to hold it in and then he just had to. It could be any kind of situation. I heard get a kennel and then take away his freedom. So, and which I did. I just started that over the weekend. We'll see how that goes. Any thoughts on that? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. He has no medical issues or anything like that. I have 2 cats. They all get along beautifully. Never, ever any issues there. What's your immediate thought?
My first question is, does he love his crate? Love his kennel?
This is brand new. So I think he remembers from when he was a puppy, he had one. It's not like I open the door and say, get on in there. He's like, I don't really want to go in there. I put a couple of treats in there and I have to kind of persuade him to go in. He's currently not the biggest fan of it.
Well, make it exciting. Make it a good thing to go in. So I tell mine, crate time. And again, I'm throwing my hands up. It's a positive thing.
Okay.
Now I tell them crate time. When I first trained them to do it, I toss the treats in. I also fed them in the crate, and I put their favorite toys in the crate and their favorite blanket or their snuggle, whatever their favorite things were, go in the crate. So they only associate the crate with good things. And at first, don't close the door. Let them get used to going in and out on their own and just loving the crate, going in there for naps, everything. Every time they go in on their own, praise them, love them. It's the greatest thing in the world that they went in the crate on their own. Once they love their crate, then you can start the crate training process of teaching them to go outside and go to the bathroom instead of inside the house. And that is just, you put them in the crate and you leave them in there until it's time to go out and go to the bathroom. You will also take them out to eat and to have some enrichment time, some playtime. But you have to control their urges. You have to control when they go to the bathroom. And so you do that by having them in the crate, and then you take them out straight to the bathroom. And potty time, they go, praise, come back in, play, eat, things like that. And remember, 15 to 20 minutes after they eat or drink, they need to go to the bathroom. So you can time it that way also. And you can also use a method called tethering, where you keep them basically attached to you. You tie the leash to your ankle or tie it to a chair that's near you, where you can keep your eye on them at all times. And when they look like they need to go or they whine and they let you know they need to, take them out. But you got to teach them to go outside, not inside. And the pads can help, but they're not a permanent solution. They're not.
And he has no desire. And if anything, I put them down and my cats are like, oh, wow, we get to play with this. Oh, yeah. That's problematic.
Another thing that can help, there's two sprays. One's called No-Go and the other is Go Here. So there are two different sprays that are used. It's the scents on them. One is No-Go, and it's don't use the bathroom here. So when they pee on the carpet here, once you clean it up, it's an enzymatic cleaner. So it eliminates the odor, because the odor is what they're attracted to go to the bathroom there. Once you eliminate that odor, they're looking for a new place to go to. And then you Go Here. That spray will attract them to use the bathroom in this spot. And if you combine that with the pad, you can slowly lead them toward the door and then outside to go to the bathroom, and then spray somewhere outside where you want them to go. Yeah. Or if they're just erratically doing it inside, you can go ahead and spray somewhere outside and attract them there.
Wow. I didn't realize how much I need to make that crate his second home. Like, it's just a beautiful place, leave it open. And I never even thought, how did I forget this, about feeding him in the crate. That's got to, and feed him something good. Like, I would give him his normal food, maybe put a couple of pieces of chicken on top of it. So it's like, yeah, you're getting the good stuff here. And for him to go in there and just leave the door open Wow. Appreciate that. Yeah.
You can even, instead of giving like a large amount at one time of crates, give him a jackpot of crates of treats. Give him a jackpot, what we call a jackpot. So you have a handful of treats, but don't give it all at once. That's just, to him, that's just like getting one big treat. Give him one at a time. Repeat over and over. Just, here you go, one after another and after another. And he's thinking, what did I do to get all this? This is amazing. This is the greatest thing ever.
I love your approach. I love your energy and your passion. Jeff, it's great. It really, really is. Can you work with somebody that's outside of your geographic area, which we're talking about? Where are you located again?
I'm in Ringgold, Georgia.
Okay.
So about 10 minutes south of Chattanooga, Tennessee, just across the state line.
Gotcha. I have some friends. I'm trying to think of where he moved a couple of years ago, and I was up there. It was like in between mountains. Oh, gosh, I can't remember, but it's not far from Tennessee. In fact, I flew into Tennessee, and then, he picked me up. I'm trying to think of where he is. I'm never going to get it. Beautiful area, though. Kind of cold. Yeah. Colder than expected lately, right?
Yes. It's been down in the teens this past week. Yeah.
Can you work
with the snow and ice?
What about virtually? Can you work with somebody virtually too?
Yes, we've just started offering Zoom sessions. So remote training sessions.
Love it.
Which is great for simple things. If you just want to teach your dog to sit, to down, to a hand target, that's definitely a good one to teach your dog to hand target, to touch two fingers to their nose. So don't come up and they'll touch your fingers with their nose. That's right up there with sit.
I would love next time we
all
get
that.
together, maybe, with your dog, the German Shepherd there, that we could maybe show us a couple of things, if that's
Oh
possible.
yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. I'll have the camera set up better. I'll figure out how to make it do the widescreen thing.
Yeah. Looking forward. What's the best way to find you? What's your website?
Dare2Bond. So it's dare, the number 2, bond.com. And I'm in the process of updating that. And the phone number is 762-677-8636. And my email is jeff@dare2bond.com. And that's the best way to reach me, is the email.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for today. I've learned so much, as I'm sure our listeners and viewers have. And just, we don't see it because we think like humans. We're not thinking like dogs. And that's where the shift needs to take place. Appreciate it. Looking forward next time we get together, Jeff.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Me too.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.